Okay, welcome everybody to the Kerbal stream, and first and foremost, may the 4th be with you. If you're not wearing Star Wars, it's like St. Patty's Day, except that instead of getting pinched, I guess you get zapped or something? I don't know. But anyway, yep, Star Wars Day. Not watching any Star Wars movies this weekend. Actually, no, I don't know what we're watching this weekend. But I might have to, just in celebration, and since tomorrow is Revenge of the 5th, one of these days, you know, probably this weekend, I might have to watch some things Star Warsy. But I figure Kerbals are at least somewhat close to Star Wars, you know, what with the whole star thing. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. So we are, that's not where you click. We are going back into doing more beta testing for Evolution, the best mod in the world. Or I guess mini worlds, the best mod in mini worlds. That's what we are doing today, as usual. So we should be, actually, let me just check my audio levels here 1 second to make sure I've got everything set right. I should be, so yeah, let me know if this is coming through, because I had to mess with my audio levels. So I'm hoping that, let me actually, so yeah, let me know if this is coming through, because I had to mess with my audio levels. Sorry, I'm just playing with my sliders here to see. So yeah, let me know if this is coming through, because I had to mess with my audio levels. Sorry, I'm just playing with my sliders here to see. Be good. Okay, we should be good, I guess. If not, let me know. But we had some updates to the Evolution since the last time I streamed. And I went ahead and installed those. So there are a few new things that we need to try. Most notably, some planets now have atmospheres, and there have been Pandora, the first moon in the system, has been reworked. So as per the White Guardian's orders, he is the one who has created the mod. As per his request and/or orders, we are going to Pandora. But I had a major issue when I was installing the updates, and I pretty much had to reinstall everything in the game, except for the save files, but that's a long story. The save files I wasn't working on, which means everything that I've been working on I had to redo. So I don't have a lot of my ships and sub-assemblies, so I need to finish working on the Pandora Prospector, our little plane that we are going to take to explore Pandora with. So that's what we are starting with. It's not fixing, it's redoing the plane and making a few different tweaks and adjustments. Since I sort of botched that, I don't know if I installed something incorrectly or what was going on there, but moral of the story is it didn't work. Those should probably be attached to a fuel line, huh? It didn't work, so I had to go and reinstall the mod, or the updates to the mod, I should say, and accidentally, or somehow, something got messed up, and I had to redo it, and didn't save anything like I thought I would. So I am rebuilding what I had, but that's okay, since a lot of things have changed. We're starting fresh anyway, so I don't see that as a terribly huge issue, hopefully. Yes, that will probably come back to bite me, but that's what we're doing. So let me go ahead and add my solar panels and some of the other things that I had on the original one that I flew around last time. For those of you who watched it or have checked the Kerbal forums, the screenshots I took were from the original flyer, which this obviously is not. Oh, I do need air brakes. I remember I need air brakes. I had those on this. I'm trying to recreate it as close as possible to what I had, but I know that they were right there. But yeah, it's not going to be... Oh, I had lights. Yes, I remember my lovely little lights. I quite liked my little lights. So let's go ahead and... What's the weight difference here? You know what? We're going big this time. I had the little ones on, but I can do big since apparently they don't weigh anything different. So we are going with big lights this time. And I will be using Hyper Edit or the debug menu to get this into orbit around Pandora, because the whole point of this is doing some beta testing. It's not entirely realism. I mean, when and where I can. Obviously, I like to do realism missions as much as possible, but for the sake of the beta test, we need to get a plane on the surface, and since the update destroyed everything... Okay, I guess I shouldn't say that I made a mistake. What ended up happening is that when the update came in, and I applied it to my existing save file... I'm just trying to get this as flush as possible. When I applied it to my existing save file, it messed up the orbits of every single ship, so when I loaded it, there was a critical error, and I had to basically reinstall because it made it was impossible to load my old save file, so I had to reinstall it, and when I reinstalled it, I messed up, so I had to reinstall it for a second time, and I forgot in all of that to... Let's see, I forgot to back up my craft files, so I have to rebuild everything because that's exciting, right? Nothing like having to redo all of your work. I tried to get a little bit of that done before I started streaming, but I didn't get the update until about an hour and a half ago, so I haven't really had a ton of time. But that's okay. Make a few changes. It won't really impact anything. And yeah, that's not terribly aerodynamic, but the point of this isn't to be super quick. Let me just make sure I am not forgetting anything. Greetings, White Guardian. Yeah, so there's something I want to show you really quick, and I need you to tell me if there's a major issue or a... Good old ads. What are they? What are the adverts for this time? I'm wondering what they're trying to peddle off of my stream, if it's something I like or something I need to shake my fist at. But there's something that I wanted to show you, and no, it's not my new ship because reasons. It is this. Can you see that? Is that supposed to be a thing? I noticed that okay, I should back up and say I didn't check the console debug menu in the old version of this to see if that happened, but you'll notice that if I press anything, that's how fast those exceptions are coming up. Is that a problem? Is my computer about to explode? Okay, because what I've noticed, I have this, okay, good. Well, I guess I shouldn't say good, because let me show you why that is both an issue and not an issue. So we do this, we go to the tracking center, right? And then we press it here, and obviously, ta-da, it's not doing it. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't this close to seeing fire come out of my computer. So since we're not seeing fire, we are going to move forward as planned. So that's a big relief. I actually thought that I had installed everything incorrectly. That's why I reinstalled it, and that is the cause of my losing all of my craft files. So yeah, that's a thing that happened. But that's okay, since you changed a lot anyway. I guess that rebuilding things aren't a problem. So this is what we are going to take down to Pandora. But the problem is, obviously, it's not on the ground. We need to get it on the ground. So I just need to do one quick test on this, and then we are going to hyper-edit this bad boy into orbit and try and take it down like I did the first time, with Jeb clenching his butt cheeks, hoping he doesn't die. So is there anything on here? Oh, communications. That's what it is. Communications. I knew I forgot communications. Let's see. So this one is 500K and this one is 125. So I will... This one doesn't need to deploy, does it? Oh, it does. You know what? I'll do redundant systems just because I can and I want to, and it's safer. So I'm going to do some of these radials around the fuselage here. So allow me to put some of these. Then we are going to test this lovely little thing on well, first I got to run it here to make sure it works. And then if it's all good, it flies here, then we are going to take it to Pandora promptly. And yes, I did put some communication satellites into orbit around planets in between streams again, or since the updates I did. Let me just check its settings. Yes, that looks brilliant. I think we should be good. And I've got to say, since I don't think you caught the beginning, may the 4th be with you, Star Wars, right? Are we wearing our Star Wars pride today? Okay, let's see if this will, actually let me try this. Let's see how quickly this gets off with a full tank. And you'll notice that I do have those external long-range tanks. So it should be lifting off really soon. Okay, not quite as quickly as I had hoped. Yeah, that's a bit slower. I want it to be a little bit faster than the uptake there. That was a little bit slow. Oh, yes, it's pitching down quite dramatically. We will need to fix that, because last time it was stable. Yeah, it looks stable. It might just be that it's so loaded with fuel. So let me just increase the size of our control surfaces really quick, and I'm going to call that good. So we have them at 79%. I'm going to move them up to 89. 90 is fine. And these are going to go up a little bit as well. So hopefully that fixes it. Let's see what happens really quick. We should be good. I don't see why it's... Oh, okay. I need to switch what they... Oh, wait. I thought I did switch what they do. Okay. I only want this to do pitch. And this should be our roll, right? And that should be just pitch. And this should be just yaw. Make sure this is back on pitch, back on pitch. Okay, now we should be... Oh, crud. Symmetry. Check symmetry. We didn't check our symmetry. But it all looks... Let's see. It all looks pretty good, actually. Go figure. Roll, pitch. No, wait. I don't want these for roll. Yeah, that would be a little too twisty. So yeah, what are some of the changes that you made? Because obviously it was a 1.2 gigabyte file. So what are some of the changes that you've made? I'm curious, since obviously I haven't had a chance to explore them since I was installing and worrying that my computer was about to melt. Okay, let's see if this gets off. I know it's a lot heavier than it used to be. Okay, 47, that's not too bad. Let's see what happens. That's good. You'll see the okay. So are we uneven somewhere? Why it's rotating like that? And I have no roll authority for some reason. Oh, because I turned it off. That would make sense. There we go. Oh, is the engine offset? Yeah, the engine's offset. That's what it was. Okay. The engine, if you saw it, it was just slightly offset to the left there. That's what was causing the problem. Okay, let me just straighten it. That looks good, right? Yeah, I think we're straight there. Let me just make sure that didn't mess up my lift at all. And let me try emptying the tanks and see what happens. No, that stays pretty good. Okay, I think we are going to be good. I will take the whole... Actually, let me slide these just a tiny bit. We're going to take this, put it forward and down, and then we're going to take the whole wing assembly with symmetry and move it back a touch. I think we're pretty good with that, right? And make sure I have roll in it. Yep, let's go ahead and enable roll so that I have some sort of control. Save it. And here is the fun part. We need to figure out how to get this onto the planet. And what I did last time, you will see. It's not pretty. We're going to say that. Let's see, it was coupling, I believe. Okay, we need 2 of these. Let me just make sure really quick that this is that they're decoupling from the right direction. I don't want the big old chunk to stay attached. me figure out which one those are. Okay, let's see if they go the right way. They work. Okay, we're good. They are good. So first off, okay, right off Pandora. So that's where you want me to go, is try and fly around Pandora, correct? Just to make sure before I go ahead and try and build this creature. So we want, let's see if I can attach it here. Wait, there it was. We had it for a second. And of course it's not on symmetry for some reason. Okay, yes, then that's what we'll do. Is that on? Should probably start with the landing gear up. Same with this one. Yeah, so this is how we are going to get it down. And we are going to go like this. And increase the size a little bit. Not quite that big. Whoa, a little too big. And yeah, that's how we're getting it down to the planet, because I don't know another way. And that's how we're going to... That lovely way is we're just going to plop that right down and do a little retro burn. That's a wee bit big. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to call this the second version, just because I don't want to save the version with the... I don't want to save this as like the default version of it. Yeah, but that should be good, and I think that's attached, right? I mean, it doesn't quite look like it, but I would imagine that's attached. I don't think we need parachutes. I don't think we need RCS, so let's go ahead and take this to Pandora. Yeah, I don't know. I posted a message on Twitter that for some reason when I installed everything, it was Kerbin instead of Isolin, so I had to reinstall everything for a second time to get it back to Isolin. It was really weird. I opened it up and everything was new as the update was supposed to be, except Isolin was Kerbin. I mean, the moons were even the same, and I have no idea what went on with that. So let's see. So I have no idea why, but I reinstalled everything, which was fun. And evidently it fixed it. But yeah, everything was, it was Kerbin for some reason. So let's control from here. Let's point, we want to go retrograde. I have a feeling that's never going to turn, is it? So let's... So I'm pretty much going to fall straight down. That's the idea here, is that I'm just going to kill off all my speed. It looks like the orbital velocity is greater than it was. Don't quote me on that, but it looks to me like orbital velocity is a little bit higher than it was last time. Yep, total space shuttle we've got right here. And I put extra air intakes. I know you were curious about the atmosphere composition, so I put extra air intakes on the ship just in case there's any need to do that. It probably has 3 times as many as it would need on Kerbin. A little cautious. Here we go. Just sometimes those engines vectoring, they start wobbling and then it just spins the ship out completely out of control. So we're going to get near zero and just sort of fall into it. I want to try and hit on the day side. Okay, now let me make sure I've got the right one staged. at that. Wasting a bunch of good fuel. But I do have control authority, so everything is working fine there. So let's, I guess with... oh, actually, I should probably be facing prograde if I want to go down, right? Then we will see what happens, I guess. I do have my lights on, or I will turn my lights on if it gets to be the night side, but I'm hoping those don't burn up in the new atmosphere. Last time, this is what I did. I just did a straight, more or less nosedive, turned on the engines, and I was able to sort of bank out of the nosedive and fly. But obviously, this is new, so we'll find out. I'll actually go ahead and turn the engine on pretty early here, and we'll watch it and see when it says any of the requirements are met. So let's try and watch that too. But so far, yeah, I don't think we have anything to report. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, never mind. Let me just check to make sure everything is set as it should be. Pitch, pitch. Pitch, roll, pitch. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, we're taking bets. What is going to happen? Cockpit view. Hey, there we go. Whoa. It's in a bubble. That's interesting. But when I take it out of cockpit view, it looks normal. Your browser just crashed. Okay. I'm assuming that means you missed Twitch, or you missed some of the stream. If so, let me know, and I will re-explain what we are trying to do here. And another ad. Well, maybe you should buy whatever I'm peddling, I guess. I don't know. If it's something good, right? I don't know, maybe. Anyway, what I was saying is I'm going to have I turn the engine on, so I'm just going to watch when the propulsion requirements are met. But we're just nosediving. Okay, well, I was saying that I'm just doing a nosedive like I did last time, and I'm going to watch the prop requirements here. I've got the engine on, but if you will notice, that is a little interesting when I go in World War II. No thanks. So in cockpit view, that's a thing. Not sure. I've heard of, life being, we're all in a snow globe or something, but I think that's a little bit too literal. So this is cockpit view. We're getting some good snow globe effects, but outside of it, it looks fine. Yeah, don't ask me. It's kind of cool looking though, to be honest. But when I look up, see, when I look up at the horizon, nope, yep, nope, yep, nope, yep. I'll leave that to you because you're the coding genius who does coding genius style things. But so far, so good. No propulsion yet. We're at 26,000. I should mention, I never flew this high. Do you want to see it from the front? Like, outside of cockpit view, I would imagine? I can go ahead and do that. It's just the standard nose cone with 2 or 4 solar panels on it. Isolate this part. What is this part? I would be happy to. Just let me know which part you mean. I'll send a link to the genius behind the scanner. Maybe he can figure it out. Okay. But we are coming into the atmosphere. Hey, I turned the engine on. Oh, I guess it was on. I just didn't have thrust. But we do have thrust. We're getting thrust all the way up here, so it looks good. And you'll notice that I upload the glitchy behavior. Okay, I will go ahead and I'm going to do a highlight of this when I upload it to YouTube, and I will post the link for you so you can do whatever you need. But yeah, I will gladly look around. And this is still getting deeper in the atmosphere than it's doing. So, getting out of cockpit view. I'm this close to maybe being an idiot. I put solar panels right. Okay, ideally these are for when we're stopped. but I did put them right behind a jet engine, so not exactly the smartest move on my part, but we will have to see if there are catastrophic and lovely explosions from that. Not quite sure. Let me try leveling out here, and we're going to do some level flight and see what happens. But so far, I'm at 10,000 above most of the mountains, and it's flying pretty good. I mean, it's stable. Obviously, the wobbles and the control, that's more a product of my brilliant craftsmanship. Yes, we love fun facts. If it turns into a pun or a joke or something Star Wars related, then yes, all the better. But yes, let's hear fun facts. I don't, it might be because of how high I am, but I don't feel like I'm going as fast as last time. Let me try getting down lower and seeing if a little bit thicker air. Pandora actually wasn't supposed to be an evolution at all. Was it like the last thing you did? What changed? Oh, is it really? Oh wow, that's cool. I'm assuming you mean like the texture maps, not the actual terrain and height maps. Is that am I correct in that assumption? You know, if we're going somewhere, why don't we go? Oh, hey, are we? We're really close to the base, aren't we? Oh man, we are. You know what? I'm gonna land this bad boy. We are going to the. How did that work? For an Earth-like planet by hand, and I love the result so much that I thought it has to be an evolution. Yeah, like remember I went off the whole time last time talking about how much I love this. So I'm glad that it is, because like I said, this is probably my favorite environment. If I could move here, buy a house here, Linda and I are looking for a house, which really sucks. But if we could buy a house here, probably move here. I don't know if she'd like the commute, given that Pandora's probably a little ways from her office. But yeah, I would go ahead and move there. I do like the way it looks. Am I going in the right direction? Did we really somehow a fluke time this or aim this that I'm going right for the base? That's a applause. I don't know how we managed that, but we are really, I think we're really going for the second base. Why would that not be the best location? Uh-oh. Crushing my hopes and dreams. What's going on? Something that I don't know? Oh, you mean moving. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I thought you meant about, yeah, well, to be fair, we haven't exactly put anybody on Mars for an extended period of time yet, so there is that. But, I mean, hey, if SpaceX can get us there by 2025, then we'll find out, right? All we have to do is wait 7 years. Let me check cockpit view from here. Yeah, cockpit view from here looks brilliant. It was just up higher. Well, you know how you combat muscle weakening on lower gravity, right? See if you can guess my method. It's ingenious. Nobody's thought about this, but I figured out how you combat weakening muscles. It's super simple. I can't believe anybody hasn't thought about this before, but I might actually patent it and see if you can come up with my yeah, that's it down there. I'm gonna quick save. I'm gonna try and recreate my landing of last time. Oh, hey, we're getting the effects again. Just doing this. Kill our throttle. Game audio drowning out my voice. Okay. Let me go ahead and fix that when I'm not about to. You know what? Let me pause it. Okay, game audio. Yeah, sorry, I was testing Skype. Tell me how this is, right? Tell me if my voice is loud enough, because I was testing Skype. My publisher was on yesterday. We were doing a last little bit of fine-tuning for the event at the end of the month, and I was testing the audio. So tell me how my voice is right now with no game audio, if it's, you know, too high, too low, because I can adjust that. So I will continue talking until well, fizzy beverage first. Yeah, how's the audio now? I'm hoping you can hear me, and I'm hoping that I don't crash into the mountain. Let me know if it's good to go. I'm assuming it is, so I'm going to keep flying. And try and make this work. Come on, Jeb. Come on, buddy. Wait, I forgot to turn the display on. Here we go. Okay, we've stabilized. Much better. Yeah, sorry about that. Like I said, I was messing with audio levels, and I must have forgotten to put them back right where they were. Wait, was this not it? Did I really just pick the wrong canyon? I picked the wrong canyon, didn't I? I thought I saw... Oh, crud. Pull out. Full throttle. Full throttle. Okay. Landing abort. My bad. I think it's right over there. We need yeah, let's hope I can get some speed. I killed off all my speed. I had my air brakes and everything, so let's hope that I... Okay, I think we're going to be good. But for some reason, I will say that I really... Let's see. I'll let you know. Yeah, okay, let me know if there are issues like that. As far as the ship, it doesn't feel as peppy as it did last time, honestly. I don't know what in the atmosphere might have changed it, but it definitely doesn't feel as peppy because it's the same setup, the same thrust, the same weight, but I'm not quite getting the performance. So I think whatever you changed to the atmosphere did actually work as intended. Poise is working as intended. Plug, right? So that would probably be why. It just doesn't feel as sharp as it did last time. So yeah, then I guess it's working well, but let's just hope that Jeb can actually find the second Space Center. Lower left, yep. Okay, so back to my how to fix long-term effects of lower gravity on, say, Mars. So do you know how to fix that? Because, like I said, I'm going to patent it. See if you can come up with my genius idea to fix it. Yep. Okay, so where do I need to go? I think I'm heading right for it, am I not? Let me actually sort of zoom out here. I thought I was right. Oh, okay, there we go. And for those of you who have not seen that before, I'm not going to spoil all of it. I'm going to head over there, cockpit view, and Jeb's going to land this like a boss with no instruments, because that's the way he works. Jeb's just that good. Yes, and do you know how you stress the legs? Right? Okay, I think you're on the right track. Totally genius. Feel free, Elon Musk, to call me and work with me on this idea, but it's genius. I'll go ahead and tell you, you get really, really fat people, but you don't launch them fat, you get them fat in orbit. So you send your ship up that's going to go off to Mars, right? And then you send what's equivalent of a food truck to go meet up with them. Then you just have those astronauts become real big fat boys and girls, and then they're so fat that it's like normal Earth gravity. So there you go. The way to fix Mars gravity is to make really fat astronauts. Go ahead and patent that. Yeah, treadmill. Snack cakes, my friends, snack cakes. Yeah, I've seen that on the space station. It's actually really cool, but if you want to get people to live or function on Mars, really big, really chubby. That's the way to do it. Yeah, so we're getting some of those scatterer issues. You'll notice that the Space Center should be down there. Well, technically it is down there. You just can't see it because scatterer reasons. But we're still going to land it, scatterer issues or not. Let me make sure my gear is not up. And no, we are not going to be using any of the HUD. We're just going to land this like a little Alaskan bush pilot. I know what the scatterer issue is. Okay, what is the scatterer issue? Hey Naga, how's it going? You'll notice that I did get everything fixed. Yes, look, magic. Except now there's an issue you'll notice with scatterer that's not my fault, so I fixed the problems that were my fault. Yeah, Jeb's done this before. It wasn't streamed, so that's why I'm going to try and recreate it. And now my confidence is going to send Jeb into a rock, I'm sure, but I will be trying it again, and it was super amazing. Last time I did it at night. But yes, Naga, you will notice that the White Guardian's brilliant work did work, and these little... That has nothing to do with him. That's the water. That looks like Kerbal water. That's okay. Jeb doesn't need to see things to land. Jeb can fly better than Scatterer can screw him up, so he's just going to Yes, well, I would say it's more your mod, because this is so new and amazing that I'm really just showcasing your work. So there, for everyone who is... There is the secondary space center. This is not Kerbin, this is not Isolin, which is the home planet. That is a secret secondary... Yes, mind the scatter issues. Whoa! We're going back into cockpit view. Jeb's been playing on the blender settings again. He was trying to make himself a smoothie. Jeb likes his in-flight smoothies, and I guess that's what he was doing. That was, I'm not going to lie, a little bit odd. Yeah. Not sure. Oh, yes, back to this. So last stream, we somehow managed to get onto puns and sauce jokes because not everyone knows about fry sauce. For those of you who are watching, does anybody out there know what fry sauce is? Please tell me somebody does. We were on this last time. Nobody knows what fry sauce is. Hey, Toxic, thank you, and Jade, thank you guys for the kind words. I wouldn't call it... Oh, I get it. Sick stream. Oh. Yes, sick stream. The puns start. The puns start. Okay, Jade officially, or Toxic officially starts the puns. Yep, there we go. But anyway, last time we were talking about fry sauce, and nobody seems to know what that is. Does anybody out there know what fry sauce is? This thing's getting really hard to control. What's my throttle at? And yes, for those of you who are wondering why I'm twitching and pitching and clicking like this, I am trying to land this without any HUD or instruments. Yeah, this all looks like... No, it's not fish sauce. Hey, Naga or White Guardian, do one of you guys want to post that link to fry sauce again? I can't really do this, otherwise I'm going to send Jeb into a fiery death ball. Actually, you know what? It's worth it. Hold on a sec. Hold that that chat thought. Let's see. Oh yeah, and this is even a local company. So go ahead and check this link out, everyone. There you go. That's not fish sauce. Yes, go ahead and take a look at... There, sir, I got the link. So, yeah, isn't that's the disk around the sun. That's what we're seeing there. And for those of you wondering, no, I'm not a pilot, as you can tell, but I am more or less doing the downwind leg of the land. Oh, God, I see Luigi again. Thank you, Naga. More Luigi. So we like Luigi. Toxic, I usually stream Kerbal. Once a week on Tuesdays, I actually do a stream where I'm building cities from my book in City Skylines. I had to cancel that this Tuesday because I had a doctor's appointment. Turns out I have restrictive airway disease, which is a fancy way of saying that I have a hard time breathing and I need an inhaler. But I do stream City Skylines every Tuesday. Kerbal streams are usually something that I fit in throughout the week at other times. But, you know, I can and will stream other games, but Kerbal and Cities are the meat of it. My Cities Skylines is a series I call Building Freeport because I'm starting with the first city, the main city from my first book. Yes, so we are having some trouble getting lift here. This landing might not be as easy as I thought it would. I'm dropping my speed and it's getting quite tricky. I'm actually going to turn off the precision controls and hope that, yeah, I'm getting some real trouble trying to maneuver this at low speeds in the new atmosphere. Yeah, it's not too bad. So I've been racing, you know, cyclist for many years, and it's in Utah here we have really bad. Yeah, I'm going to, Naga. I forgot about that, but I will. So in Utah here we have really bad allergy seasons, and it just causes me really bad breathing problems, and it usually likes to flare up when I'm riding really hard, so I'll come home and I'll just start coughing and coughing and coughing and hacking. It's about as much fun as it sounds, but I got an inhaler for that, and so far it's working wonders. Here in Portugal we have those. Yeah, Utah is like the worst place in the States for air and breathing issues. A lot of people say, you know, like Texas or the South is, but honestly the dry air and all the different desert plants make for a terrible combination. But yeah, so Toxic, I do stream other stuff, mostly Cities and Kerbal. I do have some other games that I want to stream, and this is going to be hard with lower atmospheric pressure and scatterer issues. So let's call this Jeb's proving flight. And oh, Ireland, yes. Oh, please tell me my gear's out. Is there any way to... Oh wait, I wanted to turn everything off. Okay, here we go. Coming down, coming in hot. I do need to turn this on for my... Where did my brakes go? Oh, crud. Okay, hold on a sec. We're gonna get it. Cutting throttle. And for some reason that's dirt. I don't know if that's supposed to be dirt. We're touchdown. Oh, it's hitting hard. Did we not even hit the runway? I thought that was the runway. Oh, we're bouncing. Taking it out of cockpit view. Let's see where we actually are. Oh yeah, this is a lot bouncier than last time. Jeb can do it. Oh, we're bouncing. Didn't expect to bounce. Okay, here's what we do. Reverse thrust, max. That ought to get it. It's, hold on a sec. I will... White Guardian will be happy to answer that while I try not to kill Jeb. Holy cow. Okay. Let me actually turn the engines off, and I'll go to map view. And for those of you who have not seen this mod before, I'll show you what the whole map view looks like. But Jeb is a boss. He did land it with no instruments other than the cockpit view, so that's the way we do it. Pat ourselves on the back here. You'll notice that it's in less than ideal location for easy landings. But it is a fully functioning second space center. And Jeb did land it. Let me go ahead and cut the engines really quick. Well, welcome to KSP, which is, in my opinion, the most addictive thing you will ever see, because it grabs you. And oh, cool. Well, if that's all you know, you should really start with some of these mods and work with those right away before you get, you know, caught up. I thought I shut my engine down. And why is only one brake working? Oh, I know what I did. I didn't do the mirror, or let's see, I did the mirror instead of the... Yeah, I had the wrong symmetry on that. Oh well, guess it still works. No wonder I was twitching under the brakes. Okay, but before I go back to the tracking center, Guardian, is there anything else you need me to test with this ship right now first? Let me know before I go back to the tracking center, but I'm going to assume that that was good, and we're going to extend Jeb's little solar panels and his radio, because we always have radio blackouts. That's my problem. I can click on that. Hello, there we go. Save for the weird atmosphere. Yeah, well, weird atmosphere, that's okay, looks good. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is that I didn't realize how long the game had been out, but I actually started on the PlayStation 4 when it came out last year. That's what got me into it, is when it came out on the PS4. Grading Games Links. Welcome to our testing of the, well, what I will say my most favorite, yeah, that happens. If you look closely, that's actually Noah's Ark. It's not the launch pad. Noah's up there with two of every type of Kerbal animal. Just thought I'd point that out. Oh, then There. Since he can't hear us, thought I'd say... Yeah, it's Atlantis. Noah's up there. What would Kerbal animals look like, actually? I'm curious. Oh, hey, okay. That's cool. Yeah, this is the mod system of evolution, so I should actually start at the beginning. This is the home planet. We were not there. This is Pandora, where we just were landing Jeb. Jeb's a master, by the way. We did that Alaskan bush pilot style. Then we have White Guardian. Go ahead and try and type in how to pronounce these for me so I don't butcher it. Horrifying thoughts. No Kerbal animals. You don't want to picture a Kerbal wilderness with Kerbal animals running around? Sorry, Toxic. Yeah, it's good. Don't worry. Then here's the third moon of the main system. There is no moon. It's all different. And wait until you see this if you thought you were confused there. This is the new solar system with many, many planets of many, many shapes and sizes. And yes, there are two really close into the sun. Yeah, so it's a complete overhaul, and that's what we're testing, is all the different places. And that's why I'm so excited about it. So many new places. In code form, query is the moon with lots of edits. But yeah, I'm not going to show too many of these off except for actual missions, but just to give you a taste of what some of these look like. Hey, Guardian, which planet should I zoom in on just to show people what some of your work looks like that will give them a good taste of it? Because I don't want to just have to go through the map view. I'd rather do missions to get there. But what's one planet that you think everyone should see? And yes, this is the White Guardian's work. He created it. We are beta testing it. And as you can see, there are a few little glitches. But I do want to show you Septic. Okay. Septic. Here is one of the planets. The man wants Septic. Okay. This is, let me go into the light side, Septic. A planet, a ring planet. Let's see, what was that Toxic, like in the normal version? So yeah, and it has many moons all on its own. And yes, that is one of my little comm satellites. Let me actually fly that so you can see what it looks like. We like puns and weird things on this stream, by the way. But this is what it looks like around Septic on the night side with the rings. So it's absolutely stunning looking. And you'll notice that with this skybox, it's just absolutely beautiful. So round of applause for White Guardian and Games Links for their work and effort on this. Okay, so there we go. Pandora is working well. The innermost moon is called Orion's Latin for dawn or morning. Oh, let me actually see what that looks like. So, Toxic, you'll notice that everyone in here is pretty much hardcore Kerbal fans. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask myself or anyone else. I wouldn't say I am an expert by any means, but definitely if you have questions, this is a good place to ask. So that's the moon that Guardian was taught. What is that? Is that a shadow or something? Yes, there you go. So while we're looking, that's a thing, I guess. Not sure. I'll wait for Guardian to tell me what that is. But yeah, that's definitely a thing right there. The demo. Oh, okay. Zoom in on Disparia. Yes. Okay. Shameless plug for my book because White Guardian's amazing. Let me go ahead and do that. Cerulean. You don't know how to get to the moon. Actually, are there... It's, I would say, super simple, but should we just do a quick... how about we just do a quick build for Toxic to get to another moon? We'll just... How about this, White Guardian? Why don't we just launch a mission to another moon in the system? That way we can look at something... Oh, okay, Mountain. That way we can look at a new moon. Everyone can see something new, and... Toxic can just get a little primer on how to do it. So here is Cerulean, and one of its moons, shameless plug here, is Disparia. Oh, the most beautiful moon. And yes, it is named after my book series. So thank you, White Guardian, but that is the moon Disparia. And that is a massive crater staring at me. And I definitely want to land something there. Actually, let me let me check my task manager, because I'm getting some you'll notice that it's doing some, it has some lag there. Oh wow, okay. Those are good planet maps. Yes, the name. Let me tell you this. Okay, my memory usage here at Disparia Guardian, I'm using 28 of my 32 gig, by the way. The memory usage is climbing here again around Cerulean. Wow, it's using 30 gig of my RAM. When I zoom out, let me see what happens when let me go back to the tracking center and see, or rather the space center, and see if that drops off. Yeah, it went up to 31 gig, my memory usage there. Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, I have 32 gigabytes of 3000 megahertz RAM, and it maxed it out. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, well, if you have, well, 32 gig, yes, to keep it even. I've got 4 8 gig sticks, and they're Corsair, and they're the LED bits. I don't know, I could try getting the mouse or my camera down there, but they've got blue LEDs on there. Ooh, it's pretty, I love it. Space game, everyone do today's joke. I only have 8. Yeah, well, it maxed out my 32, so there's that. 16 here. Yeah, I don't know. We got a problem. Yeah, I don't know how much. I have a feeling it's just like a memory leak issue that would continue. Even if I had 128 gig in there, it looks like it would just keep creeping up, because that's what it was doing. May the 4th be. I already talked about May the 4th. You guys didn't see my shirt, did you? Well, don't know which way to move. May the 4th be with you. That's not a joke. That's just awesome, right? So, Guardian, unless you have something else to try, I think I'm going to do a mini, even though I'm not great at it, a mini tutorial to get to one of the moons, so that Toxic can sort of see how to do it really quick and get more interested in the game, and that way we can also see a new moon. So, what do you think about that? Any suggestions, ideas? Because I think that'd actually be fun. I haven't landed on all the moons, and that way I can send a lander down there really quick. Nope, feel free to check it out. Okay, so we are going. Yes, I agree. It would definitely have to be because of the awesome mods. So yes, courtesy of Toxic Cake. I also encourage you to check out Scott Manley's YouTube videos, or anyone else who used to stream this a lot. There's some really, really good tutorials on there. That's what actually got me started when I started playing on the PS4. A lot of the stuff has changed because of the updates, but you can still find some good basic information on various YouTubers who stream who have made tutorials on this. So if anyone in chat has suggestions for tutorials for Toxic, go ahead and let him know. But I'm just going to hurry and do a quick craft with a lander. I'm not necessarily going to worry about returning it. So we're going to take our basic command pod to get a single Kerbal. This will be what gets him home. So we want a heat shield. Heat shields are usually under thermal. Let's see, I'm trying to make mountains. I'm just checking chat here really quick. So yeah, there are a lot of good ones. Just find one that you like, but I'm going to do like a mini tutorial, and we're all going to see a new moon for the first time as well. Okay, so if you want this to come back into Kerbin/Isolin, you need a heat shield. Oh, hey, yeah, so we will see you later, Naga. I know it's super late. It's like midnight there for Naga. So yeah, go ahead and have a great night, Naga. I appreciate the stream, you watching the stream. So have a good, actually, it's no longer May the 4th be with you anymore. But yeah, see you, Naga. Have a good one. But anyway, we will then put a decoupler, and this, what we're building right now, is going to get us down to the moon. So we're going to build it as though it's the moon. I'm going to pick a small one. So we want a smallish fuel tank. Sorry, I can't talk. Yeah, smallish fuel tank. And then what I like to do is, you know what? I don't know how much delta V we're going to need for this. Let me test really quick the delta V. So this isn't something that you need to worry about it if you don't have a bunch of mods installed, but let me just see. Okay, thrust await. Okay, query, that's where we're going because it looks like that's a smaller planet, so we should be okay with that. We are now going to throw... oh, I didn't know that the demo didn't have heat shields on it. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm just going to make this one longer. I'm going to make it super simple. Sometimes I put decouplers on there, but I don't think we need to worry about that. I'm going to put one small tank on here. I think this should be enough to at least get us down to the surface, and then... okay, later games links. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for help with White Guardian. The demo is really old version. Yeah, I know, before re-entry. Well, Toxic, I would just say go ahead and buy the game because it's superb, and you can take a look at some of the really awesome mods. Let's see. Okay, I want a simple vacuum engine since I don't think... yes, good luck on the exams. Hey, White Guardian, quick question. Does query, sorry, I know I'm butchering it. Does it have an atmosphere? Do I need to worry about that, or should I go with a vacuum engine? Yes, it is that time. It is exam time, isn't it? All across the world. I'm so glad I finished school. Let's see. I'm going to go for a basic vacuum engine while I assume no atmosphere. Okay, I'm going to go for a decent vacuum engine. It has not an atmosphere. Well, we can speak like that if we want. So while I'm trying to build this and find an engine, we still need some more puns, by the way. People haven't had it. There haven't been enough puns this stream. That's actually, I don't know if that has enough thrust. Let's see. Thrust away, yes. Kind of pricey. It is, except the thing about the price on it, I think it's still 40 bucks, right? If you're into this sort of thing, it's going to give you more replay value than like literally any other game possibly could, because it's just based off of your imagination and you can just run wild with it. So, you know, I don't want to sit here and try and peddle wares other than my book. Hint, hint, right? Nudge, nudge, buy book. What'd I say? Stop fueling my love. But really, it's fun because it gives you the freedom to live in your own world. You know what I mean? It gives you replay. The best games are the ones that let you, I think, do what you want according to your own imagination. Oops. And this one will, as long as you have an imagination and your brain doesn't explode, you're never going to run out of ideas for it. Let's see. Just trying to get these. I want to be able to put a ladder down, so I'm just trying to make sure these are offset a little bit. So Toxic Kate goes from playing the demo to creating a planetary system. That's a bit of a leap, but yeah, I would totally do it. That also counts for... speaking of that, I do have something that I was really interested in. Let me see if I can talk and build at the same time, because apparently I'm not good at those two things. I'm just going to put a simple ladder on here. While I'm trying to do this, and hopefully not messing up because I'm talking... Actually, let me go ahead and put a battery on here, because you always need battery power. I was thinking about creating a replica of the actual Disparia from my book in this, so that people could at least have a visual representation, because obviously if you go to my website or if you buy the book, you'll see that there are maps in it. But I was always wondering, so that the Kerbals can get back up after they plant their cute little flags. If you just want them to stay in the cockpit, they don't need it. But since we're going somewhere new, one of our buddy Kerbals is going to plant a flag, and once they get to the surface, they don't have any way to get back up. But evidently there's not much gravity, and it's sort of redundant, but hopping up to the capsule is only funny until it stops working. And that's pretty much the fact of it. But we do want... Okay, well, since we're doing a quote-unquote basic tutorial-ish thing, we're just going to build something that you could at the moon, super simple. Or to get to the moon. To and from the moon, I should say. So here's our little ladder. That's not long enough. Just play around with the size. It's a fantasy book. I have a link to it on my homepage. It's a fantasy book set in the world of Disparia that I created. It's like the Coke Zero of fantasy, where it's set in a fictional world, but it's not super high fantasy with dragons and stuff like that. It's basically about... let's see, that's a question. Haven't read it yet. Yeah, I still need to get you your copy. You need to send me a link so that I can actually get that to you. So it's about the main character, and he's basically trying to overcome the issues from his past. His mom left when he was young, and his dad died, and he's trying to deal with the issues from his past. And just when he tries to finally decide to move on, something happens in the city that he could have never anticipated, and he's just thrown into a complete disaster situation. So the second half of the book is basically him just trying to survive while also trying to figure out what's to do with his life. You can take a look at sort of the bio. I can't talk and build. I'm trying to do two things at once here. But you can actually see the full summary on Amazon or on my website, which I have links to on my channel here. I'm trying to go electrical. We want some solar panels on here. So I like to do a few that are non-retractable and then just a couple that are. Yeah, there is. Good call. That's because I put that battery in after I put those. So good catch on that. Let's go ahead and throw those. Not 4x symmetry. Yeah, Jeb's hopped up. He's done everything. That's Jeb's catchphrases. I should probably point it. Of course, I keep putting these in the wrong spot, right? The battery stores the power, so if the capsule runs out of power, what happens is nothing. And by nothing, I mean absolutely nothing can happen because there's no power. It powers communications, the engines, pretty much everything. And if you run out of power, those are retractable, those aren't. I like to have the retractable for when it's sitting, and these are just for sort of when it's flying. It's something that I do on all of mine. I keep it... I have a set of retractable and non-retractable. Unless I'm doing like career mode where I really need to pay attention to weight and value, I like to double up like that. Oh, we need... this is going to be re-entering, so we do need the parachute. And today we're going with the purple parachute. Because why not? You know, purple parachute. So you need reaction controls to turn, and the cockpits have built-in reaction wheels that help control it without play shoots too. Let's see, I think you need to deploy the EC shoots. Sorry, I'm just reading chat. Okay, so do we want this to be what? No, we don't want this. Sorry, I'm just trying to think if I should have this Rendezvous Apollo style with a parent craft, or if I should just return this to... What do we vote? Do we vote this... this just returns to Kerbin, or this returns to a parent vessel? What do we think? Because that determines whether I put the parachute here or a structural... a clampotron. I almost think Apollo style would be a little bit easier, so let me go ahead and put some RCS on this. I think that would actually make it a little bit easier, which means we won't need the heat shield. But we will need some RCS because I'm probably going to burn through a lot of it since, you know, me and docking, not so good. That's the tiny... Did I just miss... Oh, there it is. And yes, now we need more ladders. And we actually don't need that decoupler either, do we? Just changing the design left and right. Which means we can also go like this. Since we don't need... Actually, never mind. I did need that. My bad. We do need that. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Put those back on. Looks good. We do need the landing legs, obviously. Why are those so close? Those don't look normal for some reason. Yeah, you were saying you play a lot of Overwatch. Like I've said before, my big first-person shooter right now is definitely Battlefield 1 still. I got the DLC for that, and I really, really like the maps on that. I don't know if anyone else here plays it much. Let's see. So, oh, I need my control. But the DLC for Battlefield 1 is really, really fun. Actually, we can probably get away with that being central. Yes, we're going back to more ladders. There we go. That should be good. Okay, that is going to be good. So we're going to save this as the lander. Let's see, what speakers are we talking about? I'm assuming you mean those guys, right? Those will allow me to dock with my craft. They give it... somebody, feel free to... somebody who is a master of this, explain what the RCS thrusters do while I try and talk and build at the same time, which is harder than I thought. So now we're going to build our parent ship really quick. Let's see. We need another Clampotron. Then we are going to put our mothership, which is going to be super simple. This will need the heat shield, since this is what's going to re-enter. So again, you're going to want to go ahead and throw on a properly sized heat shield. This will need the decoupler. Okay, now we're going into speed build mode. So if somebody wants to tell Toxic what I'm doing here as he has questions, that would be awesome to help him out and encourage him to buy the game. Let's see. Okay, this just needs a tiny little fuel tank to get back. Where's the single gray drum? Yes, thank you, Jade, for answering his question. I appreciate it, because what happens is I either talk or I build. When I try and do both, I just end up looking at a single part for about 20 minutes and going, Okay, yeah, and again, to everyone, sorry I am having to build ships. I thought there was an issue, and I had to reinstall all of the mod updates, and it turns out I didn't save my craft files, and that's why we are here rebuilding. I had tons of lifters build as sub-assemblies, but that all got destroyed when I was a bit of a dumbhead, so that's why I'm hurrying to try and rebuild this to get to one of the moons. Yes, they're for docking, that's exactly it. And I'm not going to put any on this, because the idea is that this mothership is going to stay in orbit around the moon, which isn't the moon, it's Query. Sorry, I know, Guardian, I'm butchering that each and every time. But I don't need any for that, since this ship is going to be the one that maneuvers around it. So it's just this little mothership is going to stay docked. Whoop, that's tiny. Or stay in orbit safely. Yes, and feel free to post humorous links as long as they are appropriate. White Guardian had a good Mario Kart one last time when we were talking about that. Still my favorite. I showed Linda that video, that how to play Mario Kart 101, by the way. She died laughing, so good call on that. It was hilarious. Yeah, she almost peed her pants watching that. If you have that link, go ahead and send it again for anyone here that's a Mario Kart fan, because yeah, I like that. Oh, we need solar panels on this, don't we? And since it will be stationary, I am going to put... we won't be too far. You know what? I really like the way those look. Going to put 4. And I do need communications on this, because with the new 1.2... What is it? 1.22 or 1.2 update? You do need communications, and I like playing that way. And you have to pay attention to make sure you have strong enough communication. So I'm going to put one of these... I've always liked the way these look. I like their compact size. And I will put a ring of these smaller ones around our lander. Okay, there we go. let's see. Indicator, yeah. I'm terrible at docking. I'm just going to say that now. And I tried it once. I tried using the auto docking on Mech Jeb, and one time it just ground my ship along the bottom of the mothership, so I stopped using that. I don't use Mech Jeb to dock anymore. I do the rendezvous planner if necessary, but I don't use it to dock. Let's see. We're just about done here with the build. It shouldn't take too much longer. Let me see. Is that the link I was talking about? Yes. That's the one. Everyone needs more of that in their lives. We got talking about that because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe just came out. For those of us with a Switch, speaking of, nobody talk about a Switch because White Guardian doesn't have one yet. We don't want to make him feel bad. Sorry. Where is... Yes, I have too many engines on here, but, you know, that's because I like all these. There we go. I'm just going almost stock for this because it's a lot easier. Okay, here's a question I have about mods for this game while I'm building this. Does anybody know if there is a Saturn V F1 style engine mod, or just like a Saturn V, you know, Apollo program rocket mod? Because I haven't seen any parts packs like that, and I'm just wondering if there is one like that that anybody knows of. Okay, now we're going to go with a decent lifter engine. I think this is the one. Nope, that's definitely not the one. I know that there's a lifter for that size. Let's see, 5,000. Are these all one size bigger? Yeah, those are one size larger. I don't want to use that one because of reasons. We'll go with this one. I like that. Okay, now we are going to put my all-time favorite. I use these all the time. They actually look a lot like the Russian Soyuz. I think that might be where... got some... Okay, yeah, we'll see in a minute, White Guardian. So I'm going to use my all-time favorite decouplers here, and they look a lot like the Soyuz rocket, the sides, the boosters that those use. Those are actually overkill. I'm going to use the size smaller. I love the way these external fuel tanks look. These are probably my all-time favorite. And like I said, they actually kind of look similar to the Soyuz rockets, but they're just spectacular looking. So those are the ones I always use when I can. It's getting awesomer. It gets awesome with those fuel tanks. Let's see. Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that ship. That's total stock Kerbal ship. I love that. And I'll show you the engines that I use on this almost exclusively. It's the RD-170s. And then I do run a fuel line to do a little bit more efficient. Of course, the fuel lines are up here, so let's hurry and get this bad boy going. And I'm just going to put this on the launch pad to make sure the decouplers work really quick. But yeah, hopefully, Toxic, by the end of the day, we've convinced you to buy this game, because SpongeBob-style imagination... let me actually... Let's see. Hold on.
Imagination.
Yep, so the reason you need to get this game is because that we are just testing the decouplers really quick. That's the only thing I'm doing. Make sure they fall off. Too young to... Well, like my cousin's 14 and he and I play Dark Souls all the time. I always tell him, go do more chores. Mow the lawns. It's summer, unless you're in the southern hemisphere, in which case, shovel the snow. But I've never seen it go on sale. That's the weird thing, is I've never seen a Steam sale with Kerbal, which is really weird, I know. Has anyone actually seen that before? Let me make sure my staging is right. Oh, I need my payload fairing. Okay, let's go ahead and put my fairing. Yeah, it's going to last you, and it actually teaches you things. I mean, it makes you want to learn, at least it does for me, more about space flight and everything like that. So it's a learning instrument. And if it's your father says it's too pricey, go ahead and tell him how much you'll learn doing it. And that's how you do it. So I am going to put a fairing on here. Let's probably see how big I need this. You know what? That should... I'm just worried that won't be enough delta V. It sounds like it's a pretty light planet, so I'm going to cheat a little bit, but I'm the type of person that doesn't mind cheating just a little bit, so let me show you how I'm going to Kerbal cheat. I just want to make sure I have enough delta V. So we are going to take that, and now you see it. Now you don't. You didn't see that. Yeah, unless you go to Cerulean when things are iffy, and then it sucks 32 gig of your RAM, but otherwise, no, it doesn't demand a lot of your PC under normal circumstances. I just have 32 gig because I do lots of things at once, and I don't like the idea of running out. So the fairing here is going to protect the ship under launch. That's why we're doing that, to make it a little closed off from the aerodynamic forces launching off of Isolin. And we deploy that. Okay, everything looks good. I think now let me check my staging, because when you forget that, lots of explosions happen. Over. I haven't actually played Overwatch. Like I said, I've been doing Battlefield 1. But I have not... It looks fun, I just haven't played it. I think the staging is good. Is there anything else I'm forgetting here, anybody, before we go ahead and launch this? Struts. Oh, actually, that's struts. You know, this usually doesn't need it. But on that... I'll go ahead and do one. You can't have enough space tape. But I actually do need decouplers. Or, I mean, not decouplers. Separatrons. Just to make sure this thing... And I'm going to try and put it a little bit above the decoupler down there. Where's the decoupler? Is that it right there? Yeah. As a pro. We've got little wings. I don't need any wings on the external fuel tanks. They don't last long enough. That engine down there, as you can imagine, is rather thirsty. And little trick, I learned that if you press Alt, and you... Oh, wow, that's way off. If you press Alt when you're doing the Separatrons, it generally keeps them in the same staging bracket. Oh, wait, actually, I need those in... I should have put that in. So if you put the first set with your decoupler, and then you just Alt to copy them, it should, and it usually keeps them in the same staging sequence, so you don't have to drag and drop, just, you know, for a little tidbit to make it easier. Okay, now we need our structural, because we go legit here, and it looks cool. Gonna put one on the outside of each, and I will be dropping it, because I hate when rockets float. We have communications, we have struts, we have decouplers. I think it's good. What do we want to call this? We're going to go somewhat official. We're going to call it the Kerbal Evolution Beta Apollo. Just because, you know, kind of Apollo. Let's see. Oh, we forgot to put our crew in. I meant crew. How long does it take to become good at the game? Like I said, I started on the PS4 and it took me forever to learn it, but if you watch tutorials, I would say if you play it regularly, in a couple weeks you're going to be doing moon missions, you know, like that. I'm from Russia, love the game. Hey, yeah, then you should, no wonder you like the way this looks. So let me see if I can find a picture really quick. Rockets aren't supposed to have wings. If you build your rocket well, you don't need them. Well, they don't necessarily need them, but when I do something that's a little bit top heavy, and we're just doing this quick, you can see that it's super top heavy. I need all the stability I can get. So that's why I'm doing that. But we need some pilots. Let's go. Who do we want today? Oh, Ziggy. Ziggy's going. And Shell Ball. How about Hendred? Hendred's going to go. We like Hendred. Let's see. Just a second. Okay, perfect. I think this is what it looks like. That's why I like, one of the reasons why I like the style of rocket. And since I'm doing a super fast build, I'm not messing around with stability. That's why I do want fins just for a little bit of extra help. Okay, yeah, I would imagine if it's in Russia, it is getting late. So I appreciate you watching. Have a good night, and thanks for watching. And I will definitely be doing it again. So I appreciate it. Have a good, very, very late night. And without further ado, I think it's time to launch this bad boy. I've only got about 30 more minutes too, so I want to hurry and get this up and at least in orbit around Query. Later. And we're going to have to say see ya to him. Oh, I did it last time. There we go. A fish, because why not? Let's make sure everything looks good. It actually looks fairly balanced, but you'll see that it's way top heavy. That's why I like to have fins when I do something that's not quite, I guess, right, we'll say. And we do want to have MechJeb help us with this, just to make it quick. So let's make sure our staging is good. I think that's good. Then we decouple there. Turn that on, decouple. Yep, looks good. Oh, I know what I was forgetting. We need to make sure it's controlled from this pod, because if it's controlled from the other one, we're going to be going upside down. And that's happened before. So I think I will turn off... The reason I want to do MechJeb is because I want to turn off the display so that you guys can see what the planet looks like as I take off. So I think without further ado, let's go ahead and turn the engines on. And let's launch this. So somebody give me a quick countdown, even though there's a delay. 3, 2, I'll have a beverage. Let me make sure I've got everything going. Okay, 3, 2, 1, that's good enough. Here we go. So I'll sort of give you guys a look around Island. This is where the Space Center is. It's set off on a nice island. And I told White Guardian that he needs to build a Kerbal ship center in that little bay over there. You'll see it as we get a little bit higher, but definitely need the Kerbal ship center over there. But it's really a cool looking planet. And you'll notice that it's sort of brown, deserty looking here. It doesn't look like that all throughout the whole entire planet. It's really diverse, as are the moons. And I love the terrain, the mountains, and the features on it too. Let me just check this, see how we're doing here. Good. So I want to watch, make sure separation goes well. Oh, cool. Okay. Wait. Keep fingers crossed for separation. But I didn't get one of them backwards. Here we go. Separation. Nice. Perfect. Okay, great. We've got lovely, lovely engine exhaust there. Quoting the guy. That's funny. So yeah, here's a better look at the launch center from Islin. Our first stage should be separating pretty soon, so I'll likely end up with something weird, but I'll try. Yeah, no worries. We're here to explore, right? Oh, apparently I have a GeForce Game Ready driver available. Won't be downloading or installing that right now. That was hidden. Wow, I couldn't even see that. That was hidden off of my screen. It wasn't just hidden by my camera. That was like completely off the screen. I was wondering where that went. I'll put it down lower so you guys can see it. Oh crud, I missed separation. Sorry. I like to watch separation. I missed it. Probably KSP will go low. Oh yes, there haven't been enough memes and screenshots. But did you guys get the Soyuz image that I sent? That's why I like the way these look. I really like the Soyuz rocket look. Let me X this game driver thing out. That's driving me nuts. We are just about up there. Yeah, so this is too bad Toxic isn't here, so we could describe the simple staging to him, but you know, this is almost a classic style staging we've got. I'm actually going to have way overkill on the Delta V, but I figured I needed it for any sort of orientation changes. So while this is burning really quick, if you guys don't mind, once again, I always seem to be on dinner duty. I need to go check. I have a lasagna in the oven, so I need to check and make sure it's not burning. So watch Pretty Rockets. I will be back in 20 seconds. White Guardian, post more links that people can check while I do this. Okay, what did you do? I'm back. Lasagna is tasty. Too bad you guys can't smell it. Yeah, so we need video, microphone, and then some sort of smell camera. It smells really good in here, by the way. Okay, let's see what you came up with. Ooh, that's lovely. Is that something you made? I like the way that looks a lot. That really sharp pointed nose, I really, really like doing those. Here we go. Look at that. Moonrise over the planet. Yeah, this is why I like MechJeb when I'm testing this. It's so that we can actually look around. That's not where we're going. That's where we started the stream off with on Pandora with the plane. But yeah, look at the moonrise over the planet. Let's see if you can see any others around here. No, I mean, off in the distance, you've got some of my... Yep, there's one. That's on a moon, but yeah. You get the point. Something that drove you mad, yes. See, there's a sort of a little overview of Isolin. And we have more than enough Delta V for all this. It's way, way overkill. And you'll notice we did have a successful fairing separation. Final result. Let's take a look. Whoa! What is that? Okay, back to focusing, so I don't blow Ziggy and Hendred. Yeah, Guardian, did you see our Kerbal mates today? Ziggy and Hendred. Okay, so we are going to... It looks like it's in the same plane, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, so an encounter shouldn't be too hard to come up with. Let's see what we need for a maneuver here. So yeah, anyway, you were talking about building custom planets, Guardian. What I was saying is that, you know, in my book I have maps and everything like that, but I was, long before I even started streaming this, there we go, we've got an encounter. I was wondering if there was some sort of program where you could, you know, sort of build like a 3D globe that people could look at, and I thought about that, and I posted a message on Facebook, but nobody came up with an answer. But I thought maybe in this I could sort of build an actual replica of what the planet Disparia really looks like, just for fun. So yeah, I mean, eventually, if you want to teach me how to do that, I would love to actually recreate the actual Disparia, so that people could see that. Procedural Death Star. Because may the 4th be with you. Yeah, good old Star Wars. I still, okay, you guys are going to yell at me. I still haven't seen Rogue One. It'll require a map. So I have the, like, the hand-drawn maps. What do you do? Do you actually scan the maps? Like, do you hand draw them and scan them? Because I have, you know, 2D maps. I mean, that's how everything you see on the book or in the book or on my website was actually a painting that I scanned. Actually, are any of you guys interested in seeing the actual canvas of my cover or the map? Because I have them up. If any of you guys want to see that, I can go grab it really quick. Let me know if you're interested in seeing that. Because it's actually really cool what turned out to be my book cover. It's really neat. Okay, let me let this maneuver run really quick. I'll go grab it really quick. So yeah, while we do the burn, let me see if I can get it up here. Yeah, so this is actual, you know, whoa, painting canvas. This is the, you can see, you know, the actual canvas that turned into, for scale here, that's size representation. So this is, you know, what it turned into, but that's the actual canvas. So that's what I mean is I have things like this. Yeah, of course I have the... No, it's Jeb's Force. It's Jeb's Force. So yeah, what I mean is I have a variety of things like this, is if this is what you're saying that I need to base it on. Of course I have the Force, though. So yeah, I mean, is this what you're talking about, or what type of map? So yeah, these are all the originals that turned into what's in the book. And because I have nowhere else to store them, my original Pokemon cards. Yeah, that's right. That's base set right there, baby. Courtesy of, what, 1999, 1998? Okay, let's take a look at what we're doing here. That's really rather messy. Yeah, you know it, right? And yes, I do have my holographic Charizard, and most of mine are first edition borderless, or shadowless, I should say. So if any of you guys know what Pokemon cards are all about, you'll know that some of these are the winners. Like, let me see if I can show you some of the cool ones. These aren't all of them, but yeah, there's my Charizard right there. Because apparently now we're talking about Pokemon cards. Let's see. Skull. You did it again. Wasn't expecting that one. Yeah, so White Guardian and I were actually talking on Twitter. I just finally beat the Elite Four, and I was wondering what to use my... oh, I don't have my antenna out, do I? Sorry, let me get my antenna out. Wondering what to use my Master Ball on. And the issue I had there is, I don't know if any of you guys have played Pokemon Sun, is that I beat the Elite Four and then the Champion, and I don't remember a place to save before it throws you right into the fight with the first Tapu. So I was like, well, do I blow it on this because I only get one shot or not? But I'm just going to try and risk it. Okay, now we're good. We've got we have our solar panels and our communications up. So I don't know if any of you guys, any of you play Pokemon Sun or Moon, but yeah, I don't remember there being a save point after beating the game. That was really, really annoying. Okay, maneuver time. Let's see what Guzma be like.
So, Mordecai, I was thinking about going over some strategy before the tournament. Should I work on my ABAX?
Hey, you guys mind if I put in my mixtape?
Okay, Guardian, you officially have all of the links. That's too close. So no atmosphere, so I don't need to worry about that. So let's get nice and close on this. 83,000. That seems good. And we will be doing this one by hand. If I can... Okay, so we should probably quick save because, you know, problems. Check 33 and will do. Let me just get pointing towards the maneuver while I do that.
So...
Oh, your links. But yeah, so Pokemon, kind of annoying, can't save. I guess I'm just going to have to hope I can get the Tapu, but, you know. And funny story, I guess, White Guardian and I, without even planning it, pretty much have the exact same team that we beat the game with. I don't know how that happened. I don't know. Yeah, we have, like, the exact same team. And I wouldn't say it's, like, a super common team either. I mean, I haven't actually played online with people, so I don't know, but I know for competitive, it's probably not the best team you could have. Okay, we are getting close to our burn into a new moon. Yep, well, given that I grew up with it, it's kind of hard not to be. Oh, I showed this on one of my other streams, but since we're talking Pokemon nerds, yeah, that's original too. Let me see if you guys can... Tell me if you guys can read that. Yep, you're reading Pikachu's butt. Highlight of the stream. Can you see that at all? And right there, if you guys can read the date. Anything? If not, let's see, 1997 when I got that. And it still works if I wasn't trying to pay attention. Oh, crap. Yeah, Pikachu butt, baby. And see if you guys can hear this. Hold on. Still works. Okay, we're just about to our maneuver. I'll look at that link after I do this burn, Guardian. Okay, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, burn going well. This way we're not going to fly out. I have way more than enough Delta V. Okay, perfect. Lucky still having a squeaky Pikachu. I don't even know where I got it. Where?
Nothing will bring me more joy than putting random songs over Team Skull.
That Team Skull video. But yeah, do you guys know where that Pikachu came from? Because obviously I've had it this whole time, but I have no idea where it came from. Anyone have a link or something? Because I really don't remember where I got it. I don't know if it was just like a common toy, or if I got it from somewhere. But yeah, I have no idea where it came from. I'm glad I have it, but I just sort of appeared out of nowhere. Okay, I shouldn't say that. I should say that, let's see, when was it that I found it? I think it was when I was moving out when I got married, and I was going through a bunch of my old crap, and I found it. I was like, wait a minute. It was in the bottom of some drawer that I had forgotten about. Why can't I... Oh, there it is. Oh, sweet. Let me turn off the display. So which one of our little mates, Ziggy or Hendred, which one of those is going down to the surface? I think, let's see. Do we need the pilot to do it? Doesn't matter, does it? Ziggy it is. So hey, Jade, on one of the, let's see, what was it? On one of the streams that I did, are Kerbals. I didn't name them, mind you. It was actually like this. It was, oh man, one of them was Elon and the Kerman, and the other one, what was the other one's name? It was a White Guardian. It was like Disaster or something, but what was it? Totally by accident they were named like that. Family Guy. Yeah, Farewell. So Farewell and Elon Kerman. Yeah, just random. I didn't name them. That was just, and they wound up in the same ship together. Farewell Kerman. Farewell and Elon. Not sure how that works. Okay, while we're warping, does this actually work? I was looking at, can you actually create man, between Kerbin, Kerbals, and all, and yeah, I can't speak ever. But does this actually work to creating them? I just saw that last night and I was like, wait a minute, I can make my own Kerbals. Does that actually work? If so, I'm going to make a fleet of inappropriately, and not dirty inappropriate, but awesomely named Kerbals for next stream. How awesome would it be just to have a fleet of the worst named Kerbals ever? Not that Hendred's very good to begin with. You know what? I want to look at the moon, so let's maneuver planner, execute next node. I want to watch it this way. Okay, let's see what your moon looks like, my friend. Oh, okay. And we'll just have to max stupidity. What does stupidity actually do? And yeah, that's a question I asked. What is stupidity? Well, I mean, not necessarily. When you get into debug menus, that's when you start really screwing up at the game. You know, that's like the, hey, use this at your own risk sort of thing. That's what I was wondering if it was. Like, hey, if you do this, you know, since it's debug menu, you might end up turning the Kerbals into toasters who now are allergic to cats. Okay, we're going to quick save and then separate because we don't need you anymore. Go away. We're going to keep the engine off. Okay, now is the tricky part. We are going to transfer crew. So we said Ziggy's going down. Okay, Ziggy. And we decouple. Let's just test to make sure our RCS works. Yep, all good there. I didn't put lights on. Should have put lights on. Oh well. If you use the debug menu, you end up turning Kerbals and... Yep. Well, you know, I once had a toaster that was allergic to cats. True story. Okay, what was I doing? Let's see. We want to plan... How fast does this rotate? Just give me the cheat sheet. Do I want to set a maneuver to land there, or does it rotate so fast that... You know, tell me about this rotation as I'm setting this up just to... Whoa. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Because I want to try and hurry and get this on the ground before I have to go finish dinner here. Why is control locked? I thought we had... that's about as random as the keybind I have to use on Toxic Teammates in Overwatch. It's tidally locked. Okay, why did I just lose control, though? I have... Do I not have the antenna? Oh, I do have the antenna. Why aren't they working? Why does it say it's not connected and no data? Anyone know what's going on with this? I mean... So I have a relay going. This has its... The mothership has its communications. And I have an 10A and 10I or whatever. Or if you do not come down, I will get to your house, break your door down, steal your toaster, eat your cheese, and slap you with a wet sock. That's a good key binding. I haven't actually seen one that good. That's pretty good. Why won't that work? Okay, are we just going to have to... turn off the... Let me just fix this. Sorry, I wanted to keep it real, but I don't want to sit here and not have something work just because... let me see if that fixes it. Okay, does that work? No signal. Do I just have to turn the whole thing off just while I do this? In dock... Oh, would that be the problem? Let me see if that would fix it. Because it says it doesn't even have control at all. No, I mean I can't put out a maneuver node. Can I? Yeah, see? It says that I'm not getting any communications. Let me just disable it really quick because I want to get this on the ground before I have to finish, and I have a feeling you guys would rather see what the planet or the moon looks like than me tinkering with menu bits. So let's just go ahead and put a maneuver. There we go. Right? You didn't see that. Not cheating. Should probably pick a place that isn't a massive crater, since that looks rather inhospitable and hostile for landing. So let's put it about there. I'm going to throw in another joke. Okay. Let's go about there. Okay. Maneuver planner. I will look as soon as I make sure my engine is on. Execute next node. Let's take a look and see what you've got here. Yeah, docking mode. You mean communications? It's more a communications joke than it is docking. So let's do the burn and get old Ziggy on the planet, or the moon, sorry, moon. I've got a lot of Delta V. I'm hoping that's enough. Basically 2200 for this. Okay, let's quick save because you know what happens when you don't quick save. Okay, I'm gonna watch, where's my, what am I saying? My suicide burn. That's what I want to keep track of. And keep facing retrograde. So what's my time to periaps? 19 minutes. Yes, one can never have too much Delta V. Whoa, what does the surface look like? That is awesome. Look how textured that is. If there's one thing you do well, it is visually interesting terrain. I always have too much Delta V. So what is my target? Why is it saying... okay, I don't... What target do I have? There we go. Do I have the mothership? Unset target. There we go. I have... Gets put out the angle. But I always reach the stations with a huge tank of fuel still attached. Yeah, well, unless you're playing career mode, overkill is much better, right? Okay, where... Shouldn't I be seeing suicide burn somewhere here? Either dump fuel or drag it along. Yeah, there is a mod. You can't normally dump fuel, right? You have to use a mod for that. So I'm going to wait until I find someplace that doesn't look like it's trying to kill me. And then I'm going to start my burn. Maybe right on the edge of these cliffs here. I think dumping the... Let's see. Oh, dump the tank, yeah. Okay, let's burn from here because I like this area right next to that big cliff. I know I'm going to overshoot it. But let me kill off all my speed, and then I'm going to go straight down. Are you suborbital? That's when suicide... Yeah, I am now. I just saw it pop up, thanks. Yeah, that's why I kind of want to land close enough. Obviously, that's not close enough for old Ziggy to walk, but, you know, good enough. Yep. What's that? What does that R mean? I haven't noticed that before. I'm clicking it because pressing buttons you don't know what they do is usually the best way to succeed when you're going into space. Yeah, but that's an awesome looking crater debris field, whatever you want to call it. Those canyons look super deep. We're about to hit 0. Okay, now we are going to deploy legs. Quick save. Okay, where's Suicide Burn? I saw it. Suicide Burn. Here we go. 12,000. That's not bad, and that's going to be super scary. Quick saving again, because I don't trust myself. It's a pun, by the way. So, let's see. Okay, here we go. That looks like, hopefully, a decent spot. Watching Suicide Burn, it's coming up really quick. I'm going to do it a little early just to be safe. Watching. Okay. Okay, here we go. The first ever landing on it. Here we go. Is Ziggy going to do it in one go? Suicide Burn. Watching my Suicide Burn again. 3, 2. And. Oh, crud. No, touchdown. Haha. First ever landing. And it's done by our friend Ziggy. Let's extend some ladders here. Okay, where's... I need some sort of appropriate clapping emote. Let's see, where's a clapping emote? I'm trying to look for one. When in doubt, since I can't find one and I don't want to spend all day doing that, we're going to go with my standby. There you go, that's celebrations. Extend the solar panels. Turn off the engine, and I still have 1,300 meters per second delta V, so we have more than enough. And yes, we do need to flag this bad boy. So come on, Ziggy. Get out there and meet your adoring public. Let's see, good flag spot. And the ceremonial planting of the flag. Yeah, I know, those are great. There we go. Isn't that nice? Let's see what the gravity's like. Ready? Yeah, not too bad. So, I think then that's a good place to close the stream, since I do need to go pull the lasagna out of the oven. But I'm going to put him back in the ship because I don't want to risk anything happening to our little buddy Ziggy. So let's get back up in the ship. We're not leaving the moon, by the way. We're not leaving it. We are going to be staying here for a little while with him, at least. Maybe I can dump a rover here for him for next time, so that we can drive around and go check out... let's see, the next stream. So tomorrow I have a really big training ride. Linda and I are still talking about what we're going to do Saturday, but I'm hoping that Saturday I will have a chance, if not Monday. So Saturday, hopefully, or Monday. Hey, but I have Twitter now because I'm one of those tweety people, because that's a thing now. So you guys can actually follow at Disparia Books, and that's where I'm going to post all my updates and information. If you guys want to follow, for quick updates, and I post random bits. But yeah, check out my Twitter page. you know, follow me on there if you want to find out when I'm doing it. I'll be sure to keep updates. Let's see, the KSP forum name. Let me get that to you. I don't know if... let's see. I don't know who can get that first. Let me see. One of us will get it first. I'm sure White Guardian has it on standby. But regardless, I am trying to find it really quick for you. Oh, that's Cerulean. Yeah, Guardian, do you have that by chance? Yes, the Guardian will post that information. No, let's see. And do you want the evolution forum page? Is that what you're looking for? Because I'm trying to find a link for that. And I don't see that I have one right off. So I'm sure White Guardian, go ahead and... No, I thought you meant on the Kerbal's forum, the evolution page. I didn't create evolution. That's all White Guardian, and I don't know the exact URL for the Kerbal forum /evolution / whatever. But no, I do know my own Twitter account and profile, and all of my stuff you can find linked on my Disparia Books Twitch page. So I can stalk you and follow your post. Yes, everyone needs more stalkers, right? I'll tag you in the page. Cool. Let's see. Just a sec here. Let me... Oh, I know. Here's an easy way to do it. This should get it. Here you go. Okay, Jade, there you go. Take a look at that. That's what I mean. I haven't memorized that, as you can see why. Bit long-winded, that one. But my thoughts on the landing. Okay, how did I do? You know, I will accept that. Yeah, it's not too bad. Ziggy's quite chuffed about the whole thing. So I think that is going to do it. Yeah, like I said, I'll post any information about my next streams on Twitter. And also, every Tuesday is when I do City Skylines, when I build the cities for my book in City Skylines. So every Tuesday you can look for that. Otherwise, I just have to fit in Kerbal streams when I'm not writing or writing, because those are really easy to say. But yeah, check out Twitter. Follow me on Twitter if you want to find out that information. But definitely Saturday or Monday. Yeah, Jay, go ahead and take a look at the Evolution Forum there if you want to learn more about what this is, other than hurling Ziggies into moons. So, yeah, is there anything else you guys need to see or have questions about before I close out the stream? Let me know, because Primeape wants you to. Primeape definitely wants you to. Everything, well, you could just as easily say Half-Life 3 confirmed, too. Yeah, that's what you need to do. Hey, Guardian, you need to put some sort of Half-Life 3 confirmed Easter egg somewhere. That would be the best. Go ahead and, like, even if it's just a weird texture or a rock or something, go ahead and put a Half-Life 3 confirmed Easter egg somewhere. I want to see that. Like a monument, you know, the what are they called? The monument right by the Kerbal Space Center. Put something that says Half-Life 3 confirmed. And then I will be sure to stream that and post that to the forums. That would be hilarious if you could do that. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just do it like somewhere on some moon, and I will, for the next stream, I will go there if you can do it. Yeah, I would love to see that. Uh-oh, another YouTube link.
These questions that are in the minds of our fans about what we're going to do. So I'm going to go and talk about that next.
Oh, Gabe.
Okay. This isn't working.
I open Steam to see all of the games on sale.
Yep, that's pretty good. So yeah, that's White Guardian's homework, is to make a Half-Life 3 Easter egg for the Evolution mod. But otherwise, you guys, I need to go do dinner so that Linda doesn't starve to death when she comes home. You know, starving to death isn't good. So I have to go do that. But I appreciate everyone watching. Jade, thank you for joining. And let's all give White Guardian another round of applesauce. That's another way to say applause. So let's give White Guardian another round of applesauce for creating such an awesome mod for us to play around with. And be sure to check out the forums if you guys want to learn more about it. Looking for applesauce. Looking for applesauce. I don't know what any of these mean or do. This one kind of looks like a bullet bill mixed with a rocket, so we'll do that. Yeah, let's let him not die. And I'm going to go ahead and close out the stream. But again, Jade and everyone else, thank you guys for watching. I love Kerbal. And if I laugh out loud as I want to, I'll wake up the neighborhood. Well, let's not let you wake up the neighborhood. Yeah, you don't need neighbors hating you. Yeah, good thing we don't live in an apartment anymore because noise restrictions suck, by the way. So yeah, so let's let White Guardian fall asleep and not die. And let's make it so that I can feed Linda so she doesn't kill me because she's hungry. So otherwise, yeah, that sounds good. Again, I appreciate everyone watching. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Check Twitter for new information on when I stream, but it'll be either Saturday or Monday, and then definitely Tuesday for City Skylines. So I appreciate everyone joining me. Thank you for seeing the successful Kerbalizing, and I will see you guys again soon. So thanks a lot.